Call meeting to order, stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag,
the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Got to entertain a motion to approve the agenda, please, Ed.
We'll make that motion.
I'll second. Motion second and for discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Make a motion to approve the minutes for March 23rd and March 24th.
Second that.
Motion second and further discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We're doing some year of service awards here today. Go come on up.
We'll be leaving after them, so.
Okay. Yep. Tammy Hayes.
You want to call out the years of service?
30 years of service.
Thank you for the service.
Yeah.
You knew it.
Dwayne Gerst. 25 years of service. Kenny Marlette, 20 years of service. Okay. Adam Parsons, 20 years of service. Whoa. Thank you, Adam. Robin Grimm.
Not here.
Not here. Robin?
Not here.
Not here. We have Joseph Bloomberg, had 25 years of service and is not present. Robin Grimm, 15 years of service. Not present. Jeremy Orr. 10 years of service. Lana Art McComb, 10 years of service.
Thank you.
And Jennifer Lummis, 10 years of service and not present. We thank you all for your.
I think Jim wants a picture, so.
I always got to pay for
Oh, yeah.
Go back by the.
Make sure it's on Facebook so they can see something doing with them.
Usually they are.
Picture, you gotta eye touch up.
If you don't get us in the picture, that's.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball picture.
Tammy, get it. No, I'm not my friend. Hey, I'm here, but then I'm Tessie. Oh, gosh.
That work?
A little bit more.
I don't know these people that
That's not bad.
How big is your system that you got?
Okay, let's see here. Ready?
How much rain? Very big.
You can send them
Sister.
Any of our face goes.
Well, yeah, but you gotta think about.
Yes, you do, but I don't care if it costs $1,000 and $10,000. Oh, that's.
Not yet.
Absolutely. Up to $1,000.
I'm on.
So, when it's full of promise.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations. Every day.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Probably a little back. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can leave. Get to work.
See you, Jerry. I'm gonna hop on to this meeting and I'll get some right home. So you know, in case it doesn't pop up.
What do you say?
He's gonna zoom in.
Oh.
Next item on the agenda is discussion and possible action to approve resolution 226.7, establishment of a fund for attorney's state forfeiture money.
Well, our attorney happens to be here.
Yeah.
What?
around in case you had any questions.
Yeah, so what's this about?
Well, it seems we've been doing it wrong for the last, I don't know, forever, so.
Not just us, though.
No, I'm sure it's not just
Yeah.
us. Back when we had the last fiscal difficulties a few years ago, we noticed that the delinquent fine collection fund was supposed to be segregated and it wasn't. And so we took care of that at that time, the board did rather. And then as time went on, we wondered about the forfeiture fund. We looked into that and it hadn't been segregated out either. So I think the sheriff's office fund is correctly segregated.
Yes.
And so this would just move the county attorney's fund to that segregated fund.
You want me to read the resolution or?
I don't think we need
I
to.
think that was a pretty good explanation.
Yeah.
So.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 202617.
I'll second that. Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So currently, apparently it's going to the general fund,
Yes.
and that's what the next step's gonna be, is to remove it from the general fund and put it into this newly established.
Yes, yeah, there's not a lot in our fund. It's 10% of whatever the, forfeitures are in the county, which there aren't that many usually each year, but, that's whatever the balance is in that fund.
So item 6 is the transfer of those funds from general to this new line item, I guess it is.
Do we have any idea?
$1,381.70.
We'll go spend that all in one place.
Yeah, I'm sure your general fund's balanced before you.
So I need a motion.
That's not funny, because a few years ago that,
True.
yeah,
It's true.
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 202618, transfer from general funds to county attorney state forfeiture fund.
second that.
Motion second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Meetings attended.
Had a complex meeting last Wednesday or Thursday, I don't remember what day it was now. Talked about a lot of stuff. You guys may be aware, last fall, we had the roof at the jail resealed. Everything's going great except for one spot. We have a leak in one spot still. I think we kind of identified it late last fall and through the winter, but obviously can't do anything through the winter, so Susan got me the contact information of the people that sealed it. I doubt very highly that there's a warranty. I mean, it was just seal and pray. So, but I'll contact them since they've been up there and talk to them. We're still having water issues at the complex. I had drafted an email to McClary's. I don't know that they ever changed the filter media like they were going to. So I followed up with that. There's also a water line that broke a couple years ago. I don't know if you guys were here then or not.
I remember.
There's an emergency repair that ran to the old water tower. The water tower is not being used, but that line was still charged. And they were gonna come back at the time, when they did this media, and cap it right at the building instead of having that charged line. And I don't think that's been done yet either, so that's on the to-do list. I'm gonna talk to Jacob about the controllers. We're still having a heating issue out there. When the boiler goes to fault, it goes wide open
Yeah.
and it gets really hot in the kitchen. Jacob at one time, and I'm almost sure he did this, and it might be a year or two ago, looked into it to have the controllers changed to electronic, not pneumatic, because we had that compressor issue. So I'll follow up with him, and if not, I'll get with Brett Manis and see if there's something we can do on that. There's a couple other things, but that's the major stuff. I got an estimate from Menace, on, doing preventive maintenance in the AC system at the complex. I'll get that, I email that to you guys, so you can review it. It is a few $1,000s to go through everything. It's shown that that's money well spent, so we don't have breakdowns in the summer. And then, what day today is? Tuesday. Yesterday, I guess, I had a phone conversation with the Monroe County Board Chair in regards to windmills. She actually quit her job to run for county supervisor to deal with them specifically. And she's been very successful. She's going to email me all their information on how they handled that. And I'll get it to you guys so we can review that and see how they're going about.
I'll take that planning and zoning to them.
Yeah. So that's really all I've been up to, amongst other things, of course.
Got it.
I didn't have any meetings, I did, the tarp got fixed. Couple Donnie's, and so I picked it up and we got it put back on the trailer yesterday, so. And our driver, his mom passed away, so he's been off for a few days, so. Was on garbage duty, pushing up a little bit. Other than that, that was it, I guess.
I had a meeting last week with Southeast Iowa Regional Planning. Pretty much business as usual, except one item that we discussed down there was that they're planning for another trip to Washington DC, visit with U.S. Department of Commerce, Economic Development, and U.S. Department of Energy. And one of the things I found interesting was that they're looking at small modular reactors that are nuclear powered. They take up just over a 5-acre footprint, and each one generates 300 megawatt, equivalent to 150 wind towers. So I think it's kind of something that's good that they're looking into. So anyway, other than that, I didn't have anything else. So public input for items wanted on the next agenda.
Are you planning on going to that thing in Washington DC, Kevin?
I'm gonna find out more information about it.
Probably a good idea. I think the county should pay for it and you should go.
So,
I have one thing that maybe we should put on the agenda. Do we want to solicit some kind of a bid to take the building down just to see what it would cost?
I would say so.
I mean, we don't have to take it down, but at least
Yeah,
get it out there to
Yeah.
find out what it would cost.
Yeah,
We want to put that on the next agenda and we can work up some verbiage to
Sean,
have that.
if you'd like, I can,
Would you do that?
I can help and run it.
I
whatever you
assume
need.
all the way down and take the foundation out and then backfill it,
With sand or dirt.
or whatever. And then, once it's a clean spot, then we can decide what we want to do there.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
item number 10 is review Terry Harris retirement payout.
No payroll change?
Number 9. Oh, yeah, I was just,
We had two,
we had 2 payroll changes.
one roads department and one at the sheriff's department, I think.
Do we have I don't have a paper on that retirement payout yet.
Should be a letter right there. This right here is your.
Okay. So we have 239 hours of vacation, 50 hours, 0.25 accrued vacation. What's the difference between vacation and accrued vacation?
It will be the accrued is vacation that they haven't actually got yet. They always get their vacation on their anniversary date, so that's what the accrued does.
and 24 hours casual. For a total of $11,906.63. Is what it is, right?
Yeah, you know my feelings. of the pay.
Right. That's up to us to make changes in the future.
I know.
Okay, Mr. Peck, on the agenda next.
Right. I'm no bigger. There's a piece of ground, the other side of Oakville. For my wife and I, we got married, bought this 9,700ths of an acre.
Yeah,
My dad bought it in 44, and we lived there 9 years, or 3 kids was born there. And I'd like to buy that back from the county. Yeah. There's 4 junk piles on it right now.
and that is a FEMA buyout lot, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, it's sold half dozen times since we owned it. We wasn't
Yeah.
one last ones there.
Uh, I've discussed this with Mr. Parsons, and we cannot sell it. However, we could lease it to you.
Well, all I want to do is just clean it up and mow.
Yeah,
I just, rather than someone else buy it, I'd like to buy it back.
I think Ernie could be our guinea pig on how to lease this FEMA property back.
I've talked with Adam, and we're getting a figure on what taxes on it would be, and then, of course, we'll have to go a little more than that to cover fees for drawn up contracts and that kind of thing, but.
So Ernie, I'm not sure if you realize it, but once FEMA ground has been bought by the federal government, it's federal government's property, we can't sell it. But there's, I don't want to call it a loophole, but kinda, that we can lease it. Now you can't build on it,
Yeah, I know
you
that.
can't,
Take any money off.
no, but you can
I just
put
want
a swing set on it, I guess, if you want to, but, and we've talked about this and we've never really moved on it, never really had anybody that was interested, I guess. And, but if we could lease it, then at least it would pay the property tax part and it would flow back to the county and not just be quote unquote dead property laying out there. So, when I said I was gonna use you as a guinea pig, it might be the way of navigating this and trying it, and then if it works, then we can move on and do other properties as well. If you're interested in doing that.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't think that the county's in the position to make a huge bunch of money. We just like to get it on the property tax roll again, and
Yeah,
an empty lot is pretty minimal on property tax, but that would be my feeling of what the lease would be, is the property tax part.
I mean, there's
That makes
no
sense.
one doing anything with it.
Yeah.
Right,
We appreciate somebody wanting to do something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clean it up, yeah.
so I will get with Adam and we'll get something drawn up. And
That'd be
then
great.
we'll contact you right in. Yeah, we can do that.
I sure thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for coming.
Okay, Adam.
Me?
About you.
Yeah.
Rocky on it.
How's it going today? I'm good. Again, everybody loves to hear about hauling rock, but we're keep on hauling rock. Getting to the point where a couple weeks we'll be getting into bridge deck sweeping and cleaning and doing some patching on some holes in the roads and things like that. Getting prepared for the 5-year plan presentation. Susan, is that something we'd like to do during a meeting? Back in the old days, we used to bring them out to a special meeting to the roads department. I don't have a super deep one this time because we're spending all our money on 99, so
Yeah.
there's not a lot of projects, so. But just give me half an hour at board meeting on the 7th or 14th to be fine, so for whichever day that works out to be. Yeah, I think 7th, isn't it, guys? I can see that part.
7th, 14th.
7th and the 14th.
Okay. let's do the 7th.
Okay, but the
call it-
14th we do the budget.
Oh, okay. I have to have it into the DOT by the 15th, so. We could do it on the 14th. Maybe that'd be good.
Both of them or just budget?
So, I've already submitted the preliminary budget to the DOT. They'll bounce back to me at some point for the board to sign, so. Let's just plan on doing it on the 14th, I guess, so. So. Other than that, been, some meetings with the DOT and things like that. We had the pre-construction meeting for the K Road Bridge, tomorrow morning. We'll see when they're getting started. It could be a week, it could be a month, so. We don't know on that. I have a guy at the DOT meeting this morning. For the Highway 61 paving project. And again, plan for that as we close on May 1st. Had some questions from some people about dust control, and we're gonna provide some of it, yeah, for sure, so.
I had a question from a citizen who lives along the 5 mile line.
Mhm.
They got the letter about wanting to get more easement.
Yep.
And they asked me how much more easement would come off their property.
Well, I asked them to give me a call, of course, and
Okay.
that hasn't. But on the two properties on the north, my intention or my plan would be to acquire a 10-foot wide strip and would limit that to underground utilities.
Okay.
So that we can push all of them out of the roadway, which will give us some more
Okay.
room to work.
What's the right of way width now?
It is 66. So there's a 22-foot wide road on a 66-foot right of way. Hoping to push that road out to 40 to 42 foot. So we're getting out there a bit. And there's power and 3 or 4 communication lines out there at least. And I'd like to push as many of them as we can away from the road a bit, so.
With the city limits? Or you're talking east-west, right?
We're talking about 700 feet of the whole thing out there. So from the DOT interchange, right, there's ramps coming down. They're gonna buy and widen heading east past Beer Can and come another 2 houses or so, right? So I'm just talking about from where their project ends up to McKay Avenue. So really, there's not that much.
Well, those houses are kind of close already.
I'm talking to people on the north side who are more back, so.
Figuring it in my head, someone.
So if anybody has questions, they can,
I will.
Give me a call,
I will
so.
direct this person to call you.
yep. That was the intent of the nicely
Yeah.
letter I wrote, so.
Have you had a chance to talk to DOT about the interchange from 4-lane to 2-lane and specifically coming south?
Yeah.
And trying to get some more
Yeah,
arrows.
I've had some conversation, you're meaning,
Kind of directing traffic and not just.
up there at the current one.
Yeah.
Current one, I emailed, Brad Lauderman a month or so ago, but I'll check up on that one again, so. All right,
Okay, while you're there, discussion and possible action to approve denial of light and powers. Boring under the right of way, is that what you're doing?
Yep.
On H-22.
yeah,
Seeing the drawing, it didn't-
yeah.
you're okay with what they're doing?
Yeah, that's fine, it's fine, so.
Okay. Guess I'll need a motion to.
I'll make the motion to approve construction on the Wise County right away with H 22 on the west side up to 2731 F Avenue for Eastern Iowa Light and Power.
We'll second that.
Motion second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion and possible action to approve resolution 202616 Garden subdivision.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Brian, that was Huddle's office, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ernie.
Thank you.
They're not here yet, so I don't think we can skip to the next. So
Okay.
I emailed them, but I haven't had a response.
Okay, next item of discussion regarding meeting times and dates. I was wondering myself if we didn't want to try maybe one evening a month to start out
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
and see.
Yeah.
See how it goes. I mean, I would set it on the same meeting each month with
Just as long as it's a rhythm, so people understand,
yeah.
maybe like the first meeting in the morning and the second meeting in the month in the evening or whatever, I don't care.
What? The work best.
However.
Yeah.
6 p.m. is better for me than 7, honestly, because, I mean, I'm gonna stay at work this whole time, so.
What about, which,
I would say the first meeting of the month, because it seems like my meetings that when I have to leave the office are usually towards the middle and end, so.
Yeah.
So the first.
do we have to, you just can say that, or do we have to have a resolution?
We'll have to do a resolution, but we can, you can say, well, you need a resolution, so. Make it starting,
Specify what's gonna be on it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
specify.
say, first meeting of the month as it PM.
And are we doing 2 meetings a month then? We're moving to 2 meetings a month?
It's up to you guys. I mean, the only thing is if there's something that pops up, I
That's
have to
special.
throw another meeting in.
That's fine.
It's like election times, that's always the first
And
week.
budget season's that way too.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, as long as we're all on the same page. If somebody opposes, say something. I'm pretty flexible. I just would like to try something different.
I'm fine with that.
We try, get the resolution, next meeting or whatever, but not make this effective until, say, like May, because I've already got stuff scheduled out in April.
I'm work. So 2 meetings a month. The first meeting of the month would be 6 p.m. in the evening. Second meeting would be at 8:30 in the morning here. In the morning.
Staying on Tuesday then?
First and third Tuesdays is the way it sounds.
We'll try it. If it doesn't work, we'll try something else. Yeah. Good.
No, I guess we'll give Huddle's office a little more time. to
Yeah,
fill.
I'll try filling them.
Guess he never did really confirm it in the email that he was gonna shut up. I just, he's the one that usually, when he says get it on, there, get it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he sent me the resolution.
That's what I would say. Usually mean that he was ready. Might get quarters.
Well, the supervisors aren't
I think
governed
it's-
by a set of bylaws or anything that have previously set these meetings or.
Hey, Jared.
We can change it.
Yeah, starts when, May?
We're gonna propose, it'll be on the agenda next time for the meeting, but our proposal would be starting in May.
That's fine. Fine. He's on his way.
So next week there'll be a resolution.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll make it effective as of
In May.
the May.
First meeting.
But keep in mind, in June, you'll have 3 meetings, because elections. I have to, certify the election and stuff, it's always the day after, or the Tuesday after the election.
If we're gonna have a meeting, I'd rather have a meeting and have an agenda and work on it instead of, 25 minutes.
things we're talking about that, I think on the agenda, I'm gonna start putting receive information from county employees. So that way, if, a county employee wants to come and discuss anything, it gives an option for them. So, but if nobody comes in, then you just strike that from.
Well, then that'll help Adam too, cause we can have Adam only come in once a month. And he can come in the mornings, cause he's got kids, he's doing stuff in the evenings.
And then the Monday or the Tuesday morning meetings, we'll just have all the departments for the monthly meetings.
That'll work out okay.
I'm sorry?
That'll work out.
Okay. Hi. Good morning.
Morning, Ron. Okay. Back to item 14 on the agenda, discuss and possible action to approve resolution 202616 Madden subdivision.
If you were waiting for me, I apologize. I got tied up at a Zoom hearing with the judge, so.
Subdivision. That's kind of drawn out the way that it is. There's already a house here, so he's taking 2 acres back in here.
That's Hudson's full property.
Yeah. Can't tell you where it's at here. Which is, you know, the town's right here, Morningside. So you're just coming out. Right here's the cleanup station for the trucks. Basically, it's right down on 30th. That's where it's at. This is what I wanted to give you. I thought that it might fall underneath of this, and that's the reason I brought it to Roger's attention, but he wasn't aware of it yet, but it wouldn't work for this particular. Cause I knew that this house was really small, so I didn't know how big this house was, and then I looked under the square footage, and I think it was under 1,000.
Roger, do you have?
Other than that,
resolution?
So the access is here,
Yep, that's gonna be the
easement and utilities.
Yeah, but that's the reason it looks so weird, is because there's already a house here. And everything, and so it's back here, that I mean, this is my intention, or his intention, there's some told me that.
There used to be a machine shed there, it went out, and there's a.
You know. Actually, it was just small one. Pretty good here, but.
So is it gonna knock down that house or just leave it?
31st.
This will be.
If they'll pay us, cause this was
Yeah.
22 acres. This is a different parcel, which is this.
Too many family numbers.
That's the reason I threw it in.
Yeah, what he's gonna do is, he owns that 20 that's shown on the GIS. I don't, you have that.
That probably shows on this.
He owns the 20,
Yeah.
and what he's doing is splitting off that
Yeah.
2. And then he's, the surrounding acreage is gonna put in an LLC, so they'll technically be 2 different owners and so on. And that's the reason we made sure there's a
Yes.
access easement from the county road. Yep. I don't know if you have any other questions, but it's just a single lot subdivision. So.
As long as it goes by the rules.
Yeah, well, Brian's happy.
Yeah, it's what.
Yeah, Brian called me, I appreciate that.
Okay. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a resolution, or approve a resolution, motion to approve resolution 202616 Madden subdivision.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thanks, Brian.
Just stamp it anywhere, Kevin, they won't.
No.
I got more stuff to do, so I'm gonna keep on trying.
You got that phone call.
Yeah, I have.
But you'll jump me first.
It's a do-over, it's a mulligan.
They all been there.
And that explains kind of what we're.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So I didn't.
That was, I will.
In the future, I might tell somebody.
My company knows that.
They said it better.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Guess there's nothing else, I'd take a motion to adjourn.
We're waiting for me.
We are adjourned.
Really?
No, actually, this is done.
Well, you know, we have a Zoom, I had a Zoom hearing. The thing about Zoom hearings, when you're the judges and chambers, you don't